everybody need a little help on their way to being, you know, self-reliant. You know what I'm saying? That's the whole thing about the album, about the Special Olympics. Everybody need a little something and they to be independent.
Tupac Shakur, also known as Tupac, was one of the most influential rappers of all time. Born in 1971 in New York, Tupac was deeply shaped by both his artistic talent and his mother's activism. His mother, Afeni Shakur, was a member of the Black Panther Party, and this early exposure to social issues would become a central theme in Tupac's music. He used his platform to speak about topics such as poverty, racism, and injustice, making him much more than just an entertainer. He was a voice for those who often went unheard. During his career, Tupac released multiple iconic albums, including the double-disc classic All Eyes on Me.
We got 4 niggas and low riders and ski masks screaming thug like every time they pass. All eyes on me.
His songs like Dear Mama,
You always was committed, a poor single mother on welfare. Tell me how you did it.
Changes, and California Love.
I see no changes, all I see is racist faces. Misplaced hate makes disgrace to racists.
Are still remembered today for their powerful lyrics and deep emotional messages. Tupac was not only a rapper but also an actor, starring in films like Juice and Poetic Justice. Tupac sold over 75 million records worldwide, cementing his status as one of the best-selling music artists in history. His work transcended music, touching on activism and social change, which made him a prominent figure in both hip-hop and global culture.
These people talking about an East Coast-West Coast war, they like the Judas was to Jesus. They only here to cause confusion. We here to bring money and to bring change.
The murder of Tupac Shakur is, to this day, one of the most widely debated homicides in music history. Over 27 years later, people still speculate about what exactly happened that night. But here's what we know for sure. On the evening of September 7, 1996, Tupac Shakur and Suge Knight, the then CEO of Death Row Records, attended a Mike Tyson fight at the MGM Grand in Las Vegas. After the fight, Shakur had a brief altercation in the casino lobby with Orlando Anderson, an alleged member of the Crips gang. Though it was broken up quickly, this encounter would become central to theories surrounding Tupac's death. Later that night, while heading to a nightclub owned by Knight, a white Cadillac pulled up alongside their car as they stopped at a traffic light. An unidentified gunman opened fire, hitting Shakur 4 times, once in the arm, thigh, and twice in the chest. Suge Knight was also grazed by a bullet fragment but survived. Shakur was rushed to the hospital, where doctors kept him alive for 6 days before his mother made the difficult decision to stop life support on September 13, 1996. His official cause of death was cardiac arrest, stemming from his gunshot wounds. The question of who was responsible for Tupac's murder has fueled numerous theories. One of the most prominent involves Orlando Anderson, the man Tupac had fought with earlier that evening. Some believe Anderson, affiliated with the Crips, carried out the shooting as an act of retaliation. However, Anderson himself was killed in an unrelated gang shooting a year later, and no charges were ever filed. Another theory points to Tupac's former friend and fellow rapper, the Notorious Big. Due to the infamous East Coast-West Coast, the media played up this rivalry, especially after Tupac's 1994 shooting in New York, which he believed Biggie was involved in. Tupac later released the track Hit 'Em Up, which escalated tensions by directly insulting Biggie.
First off, fuck your bitch in the clique you claim. West side, when we ride, come equipped with game.
Although Biggie always denied any involvement, the timing and nature of their rivalry made him a suspect in the eyes of many. Just 6 months after Tupac's death, Biggie Smalls was also shot and killed in a drive-by shooting in Los Angeles. His murder also remains unsolved, adding another layer of mystery to the events. A third theory suggests that Suge Knight himself may have been involved, motivated by concerns that Tupac was planning to leave Death Row Records to start his own label. Some believe this caused friction between them, though Knight has always denied such claims. In fact, in 2017, Knight supported a documentary that presented yet another possibility that his ex-wife and a former Death Row Records security officer had plotted to kill him, with Tupac becoming an unintended victim. Knight's ex-wife has denied this accusation, but perhaps the most outlandish theory is that Tupac is still alive. Some fans believe he faked his own death and is living in Cuba. They point to the fact that 7 posthumous albums have been released, as well as alleged inconsistencies in the autopsy report and funeral details. However, in a major development in September 2023, Dwayne Keefy Davis was arrested and charged with SAHKUR's murder. Davis, a former gang leader, previously admitted in a 2009 police interview that he was involved in the shooting. He claimed that Sean Diddy Combs had offered him $1 million to kill SAHKUR and Knight. Diddy has long denied any involvement, and law enforcement has never named him as a suspect. Davis is set to stand trial in March 2025. But crime scene investigator Cheryl McCollum has raised further suspicions, connecting Diddy not only to the 1996 shooting but also to the 1994 Quad Studio shooting, where SAHKUR was wounded. While Diddy and his entourage were unharmed, McCollum questioned how SAHKUR was the only one targeted despite being surrounded by others, suggesting deeper connections to the incident. In light of these developments, SAHKUR's family has filed a wrongful death lawsuit against Diddy, seeking justice and answers. As more witnesses come forward, this case, already one of the most iconic in music history, may finally be heading towards a resolution. Even with these updates, the murder of Tupac Shakur remains shrouded in mystery, leaving fans and investigators still searching for the truth. For you, who killed Tupac Shakur, let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell to stay updated on all things tech. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.